Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, and today's deck is going to be for Joker 41. Good luck to you. Hopefully we don't see any Brobnar. We've had two in the first two decks. Alright. Silver Archon. Going real slow. There's Untamed. Logos. Gosh, it always seems to trick me. And the last house. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. We are 3 for 3 on this. Alright. The deck, Questarte Sasha Mosap. Got wings on like a totem sort of body. Plants feet. First time I've seen that. Oh man. Alright, what do we got here? Alright. We are starting off with Untamed. It's Wild Spirit. It's an upgrade. Amber, whenever you play it, this creature gains Reap, Capture, and Amber. Instrument of Silence, another upgrade. This creature gains Skirmish and Fight, gain an Amber. A third upgrade. Everyone knows how well Untamed is just known for their upgrades. Camouflage, Amber, whenever you play it, creatures not on a flank cannot fight this creature. Unnatural Selection, Amber, whenever you play it, choose 3 friendly creatures and 3 enemy creatures, destroy each other creature. Tantadolin, 9 power, only deals 2 damage when fighting. Fight, discard a random card from your opponent's archives. The second one of those. Oh my gosh. 3 Tantadolins. Okay, at least they're going to survive more often, so maybe you can put these upgrades on them. Get more uses out of the upgrades themselves. Okay. Song of the Wild. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains Reap, gain an Amber. I guess it's not too bad if you're going to have Tantadolins with that. Mustic Murmook, 4 power. Each player's keys cost +1 Amber. Play, deal 4 damage to a creature. Big fan of that card. Imprinted Murmook, 3 power elusive. Your keys cost 1 less Amber. Cauldron Boil, Amber, whenever you play it, deal damage to each creature equal to the amount of damage on that creature. Bramble Lynx, 3 power Skirmish. If you have used the creature to Reap this turn, Bramble Lynx, it's just play ready. Okay, not too bad. A very odd Untamed, but I guess it's okay. Academy Training, another upgrade in this deck. If you control this creature, it belongs to House Logos. This creature gains Reap, draw a card. Code Monkey, 3 power Deploy. Play, archive each neighboring creature. If those creatures share a house, gain 2 Amber. Titan Guardian, 5 power, 1 armor, taunt, destroyed. If it is not on a flank, draw 2 cards. Thorium Plasmate, Amber, whenever you play it. Move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line. Deal 2 damage to that creature for each of its neighbors that share a house with it. Tau Vapors, draw 2 cards, archive a card. Oh, a second one of those, very nice. Quant, 3 power, Reap. You may play 1 non-logos action card this turn. Information Exchange, steal an Amber. If your opponent stole Amber from you on their previous turn, steal 2 instead. Hapsis, 5 power. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Hapsis, ward Hapsis, and draw a card. Cutthroat Research, Amber, whenever you play it, steal 2 Amber if your opponent has 8 or more. A second one of those. Oh gosh. And a third one of those. Typically it's cool having a deck that has 3 of the same cards. This deck has 2 cards that we have 3 of, but oh man, what odd choices for those cards to be. Chieftain's Brew, Amber, whenever you play it, give a creature 2 +1 power counters. Well, that means at least we have a good mega here. The Ganger Chieftain, 7 power. You may ready and fight with a neighboring creature whenever you play it. Whoa, Iron Obelisk. Okay, nice. It's an artifact. Your opponent's keys cost +1 Amber for each friendly damaged Brobnar creature. Not bad at all. Oh, well, and as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, well, you'd need some big body, huge power Brobnar creatures. And the next card we see is Little Rapscal. 2 power elusive. Creatures must fight when used, if able. Tremor, stun a creature and each of its neighbors. Stiltkin, 2 power Skirmish. After a giant is played adjacent to Stiltkin, ready and fight with Stiltkin. Oh boy. Oh, and there's, oh gosh. Oh my lord. There's 2 Stiltkins in here. Okay. I was gonna say, can you imagine if this deck had 3 of those? Shorty, 4 power, Assault 4, Reap, Enrage Shorty. Ire Staff, it's an artifact, and whenever you play it, enrage a creature. Give that creature a +1 power counter. Groke, 5 power, fight your opponent loses an Amber. A regular Ganger Chieftain, 5 power. Fight, you may ready and fight with a neighboring creature. Interesting since we have 2 Stiltkins. Alaka, 4 power. If you have used a creature to fight this turn, Alaka enters play ready. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Let's get our Amber up. Got 1 here. Oh man, Stiltkins, get out of my face. Although this deck kind of has something okay with Stiltkins. Not great, but you know. We'll see what we can do with this thing. Code Monkey might get us some amber. Let's see. Especially because we do have some bigger creatures, at least in Untamed. So weird that we have 9 power creatures in there. Usually Instrument Silence is pretty good for the amber. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oddly enough, 14 is the highest amber count we've had out of this box so far. What a weird situation. Alright, let's get our amber control up. Let's see here. And I'm not expecting much. We'll throw the researches up. Probably won't count them. Grok is nice. Especially because we have 2 different ways to fight with it. Iron Obelisk. I mean, this is not the best Iron Obelisk deck, but it will at least do something. Here we go, Mystic Murmook. And you know what? I really should have pulled up Song of the Wild and potentially the Murmook with Amber. So we could probably bump that up to maybe 15. Alright, so Amber Control, the Murmook's going to do it. 1, 2, 3. We won't count those. 4. Oh, you know what? And 5, thanks to Wild Spirit. 5 is a low number, but surprisingly more than I was expecting in here. Okay, so what are the good things that this deck has? Well, the Iron Obelisk is okay, simply because I know we had a lot of 4s and 5s of the Brobnar creatures, but at the same time, hold up, we're going to kind of bring up Brobnar for the most part. Up here, shouldn't be any back here, nope. And let's see here. So, these are a little bit small overall. I mean, you got 7 though. Got a 4 here, 5, 4, 5. Not the biggest Brobnar. The good news is, though, we can actually kind of use Stiltkin in a fun way. So hold on, you got 2 of them here. So besides having 2 Ganger Chieftains with these and essentially getting 2 attacks with the same Stiltkin, you also have the Ire Staff to bump it up to 3 power. And also the Brew to help bump it up. So having a 4 or 5 power Stiltkin actually isn't too bad. Now, it's not going to take damage to help out the Iron Obelisk, but being able to control your opponent's board with the free skirmishes and then kind of just putting a little bit of damage onto other guys makes it a little bit better. The Code Monkey in here, I think, is going to fire off pretty often. I feel like we can potentially reset the Brobnar creatures that have damage if we don't necessarily need the Iron Obelisk there. Getting back maybe some play effects would be pretty nice. You know, the Ganger Chieftains of the world. I also think that it's pretty good because you can go Untamed at some point. And you have some 4 power creatures plus the 3 9 power creatures. And Code Monkey can also once again help there. So I do think that's going to be a fairly reliable 2 amber you can get off that. Titan Guardian, I don't think we really had anything we had to protect too much in this deck. Kind of weird to think about. I guess it can help with protecting some of our damaged Brobnar creatures if we have the Iron Obelisk out and we want to save it. Obviously, Quant is a good card. So in a weird way, let's see here. I'm just going to pull these up. I believe these were our only archives. I would actually consider archiving the Brew or the Stiltkins. One, it gets a Brobnar out of your hand, maybe set aside, but it could also set up a really cool turn in the future. Brew on Stiltkin, getting those Ganger Chieftains, you can just spread out a lot of damage fast. So that's at least something fun you can do in here. Obviously, Brobnar is not that great. It had quite a few creatures. Unfortunately, quite a few of them were 2 power. Man, 3 Cutthroat Research, you're just going to cycle those. Instrument of Silence, also kind of interesting. Maybe giving the Mega Ganger Chieftain Skirmish is pretty nice, and then obviously getting the Amber every time it fights. That's your biggest creature, best target for that. Cauldron Boiler pretty much not going to play in this deck. You should be the one with the damaged creatures, and you hate to sacrifice your own. Academy Training is interesting, swapping the houses of some of these cards, but not really too much in here. You're just going to use it to essentially get another Reap, or be able to use a creature. Or be able to use a non-Logos creature on essentially a Logos turn because of that. Actually, it'd be for the remainder of the game. One thing I do love is Song of the Wild with Quant. Like it in a lot of decks because you Reap with Quant first. Next thing you know, you play Song of the Wild. Where's Quant? Here you are. And now every single Logos creature from that point forward is reaping for 2. And I think there was, what, like maybe 5-ish Logos creatures. You know, we didn't pull the creatures up. Let's do that real quick. Okay. I know they said there was a lot in Brobnar. Okay. Alright, we have 1, 5, 10, 15, 18. Okay, so right about average. Not too bad for that. But yeah, sadly this deck does have a couple of cards that aren't necessarily the best. That Cauldron Boil, 3 Cutthroat Research. You also have some cards that are kind of iffy on whether or not they're going to do much, like the Camouflage. Thorium Plasmate, Tremor, actually not too bad. Helping control the board before the Brobnar gets going. Well, Joker, I was really hoping whenever we saw 2 Brobnar decks at the beginning of this box, I mean, we don't want to see Brobnar ever, but when I saw those 2, I thought to myself, okay, there's almost 0 shot this third deck was going to be a Brobnar, and it somehow is. We are 3 for 3. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for Mass Mutations. Because guess what? If you don't already know, there is no Brobnar Mass Mutations. I very much look forward to that, but I also kind of hate that because I used to love Brobnar. I loved Brobnar and Coda. Brobnar and AOA was a little bit gimmicky because it mainly relied on the combo of Gengar Chieftain and Drummerknot, but the house still felt like Brobnar, and we just don't have that in Worlds Collide. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time.